Hello guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's been a very long time. We've not been on YouTube for a while, and now we are back. At least 3 videos per week is going to be enough. So today, what's happening here? Sorry guys. Uh, Today we have GBPJPY, and this is a pair that I'm having a look at on actually on a higher time frame. Now we look at this market. We are looking at. We are going to do a top-down analysis on this pair. And when you look at it, this is the GBPJPY. I hope the background there, you can see it, but let me remove the watermark so that we have a very clean background. Okay. So I hope you guys are doing good. So in this pair, when you look at it, actually the current direction, it looks more bullish, but we're going to do a top-down analysis on this one. Then I'll show you what I'm looking at, what I'm expecting on this pair. So we'll go to a little bit higher time frame. And we're going to start by looking at the location of this pair because it's been going up for a very long time. The trend is very clear that the daily time frame on a daily chart, the trend is very bullish, very, very bullish. But of course, the market cannot keep going higher forever. So I wanted to know where we are. Most of the time when I'm looking at the market, at least I tend to look at the trend, current trend, and the previous primary trend. So I'll go to a little bit higher. Check to my left, I want to see if I have any nearby. High quality supply. When I look at it on a daily chart, I have this. Uh, we have here rally base drop, base drop, base drop. So we have here on a daily chart, we have this particular supply. We have this particular supply. Where's this rectangle? All right, that's the zone that we have here. Then we want to see in terms of location, how high are we? Are we closer to a big time frame or larger time frame zone? So I'll switch a little bit on a weekly chart to make things simple. In a weekly chart, if I go a little bit on the weekly chart, I get to see here what was happening here. There was a rally in price all the way to the upside. Then we hit this area where you see the price turning and also creating what we call a reversal pattern, which is a shooting star around this place. So this one's a reversal pattern. You see price drops all the way massively to the downside. So this area is the source of the drop. So possibly we have unfilled orders around this place. But when you look at it using the weekly chart, we see overlap, zone over another zone. So we have this, and we have this supply. So here we have two zones. Of course, the extreme area that's a little bit high on a higher time frame will always be of high quality. So here we have this, and we can say we're going to change the color here to, can we put it green here? No, let's get yellow. Yes, so we have that. So we have two layers around there. And if we have those two areas, we can say in reference to where we have a fresh demand, or a very clean demand, it's all the way down there. And our demand is all the way here. This way we have those, we have the rally, base rally, have this area. This way we have our demand around this place. That's the demand. So when you compare around this place where the current price is on GBPJPY on a weekly chart, we have a fresh demand down there, demand that has never been used, and we have two areas that are overlapping each other up here. So on the weekly chart, when you look at the weekly chart, first we want to create some projection here, but we can say in terms of location, we are very high and we are approaching the supply. So actually we are more of premium areas than the equilibrium and the discount zone. So this means that these other areas are areas that are likely to be taken out, all right? Areas that are likely to be taken out, but you don't know how long will take. But in terms of higher time frame, we can see the way the market is exhausted here. So you're likely to have a drop, but you don't know when will this drop happen. So once we are here, we can say, let's go back to the daily chart. And now on the daily chart, we see we have come across the first, the supply is here, then the other one is a little bit higher. So here we have two areas that are going to have to be of areas of high probability. We're looking for shorts around those areas. But meanwhile, we'll want to go short. When I was looking at this market here, and I could see that in terms of location, we are a high, almost near the premium. And what I saw here is now this is not like one of the best ideas, but I noticed this shooting star around this area, which was formed, I think this was on Thursday, because it's the Friday and today's Monday. So this was formed on Thursday. And most of the time, this is a type of a reversal pattern. When you see it on higher time frame and you're approaching larger time frame zones like the supply or demand, you will see this type of candles form. Another one is here. It's just what you call a shooting star type of candle. Most of the time, it has 50%, over 50% size of the body of the wick, and the body is almost 20%. You see price runs into it and collapse all the way until we meet this demand down here. So here we're seeing this same candle showing up here, which can be a sign of a reversal in the market structure. So this, after noticing this type of reversal candle here, which is happening on a weekly or actually on a daily time frame, this is our zone that's near the larger time frame. The price has collapsed with a very strong candle, so we have some imbalance on different lower time frames. The price drops, but when I look around this area, I see no demand. So this means that if, all right, because we are high in price, if we get to push back here, I'm more interested to go short here before even I hit this area. But the areas above will say are the best areas to go short, but I'll be more comfortable still taking a small risk around this area, and I'll be targeting, okay, this demand are all consumed, so we'll go all the way, right? We have this one, at least this one is better, but in terms of freshness, still not meeting the rules. But I think this one is meeting all the rules that I'll want to have on my area of interest, but not really like one of the best. Actually not, this is not even one of the best areas. I disqualify it, it's not meeting all the rules, so it's not this one again. I better look at a zone here. But meanwhile, of course, we'll be looking at this for now. We'll be looking at this demand for now, because we have some imbalance here, and we can mount at this area as an exit strategy with some partials. Then, of course, price will not even go through it directly. We get a reaction back to supply, then we can look for shorts. But meanwhile, we have to focus at this area. So if I have that area high in location near the larger time frame supply, and I note that the price is trying to create some form of reversal, can try look for a short position there, because when you compare where the demand is down there at the bottom and the supply up there, we know that we are very high in price. This means that we are at premium. But if we hit this area, could be the best or the larger zone above there. So meanwhile, I'll go a little bit lower, guys, and I go to the 4 hours time frame. On 4 hours time frame, try to look around. These are the areas that are most traded, and these are the areas that you want them taken out. You see that? These are the areas that I want to see them taken out, and these are the areas you are likely to see the turning, the market turning around. So meanwhile, we'll define this area, and I was trying to look at a proper area. So look at the upper zone of this pair. Let's remove this. Looking at the upper zone of this area, we have rally. This not even the base not looking good. Then you have this base and you have a leg out, which is a drop. So this supply shows up here on a daily, on 4 hours time frame, right? Drop, base, drop, and this way I'm more interested. Like I have a small position there, but let's go to 3 hours time frame. trying to look a little bit higher. Actually, I can't see the base. So of course, I'm gonna go with this base as my area of interest. And it's not like one of the best areas, but I'll say if we hit this area, sorry, right? If we hit these areas, I'm more interested to go short there. So we'll say if we have a price hitting this area, then I'm interested to trade. And I like how price is lacking demand and supply here. I noticed that, okay, some people also, they mark the structure differently. Some people have this as their areas of interest, this, and look at these areas, just mess, it's not clean, and I'll not want even to put myself around that area. So I better take, because I can't see any demand here to go long. Look at that, there's no demand. So of course I'm gonna just put myself here, and I'll not put myself here, and actually this is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at. All right, this is what I'm looking at. And probably the targets on this other end. Target can be on this other end. This is like around 400 pips. But of course, we want to wait and see what price will do. That's when we get in, getting out. There's no demand to get out, and I'll be targeting this bottom. So guys, this is just an update that I had on GBPJPY. But let's see what happens. If you get taken out, then you have to go all the way up here and deal with the proper areas of interest that you are allowed to trade with the proper risk management. So everything's about risk management, and let's see what the price will do. So from there, let me try to look back around these areas. Let's try to look back. I don't know. Yeah, let's look into these areas here on 4 hours time frame. So this area above here, you can find it to some areas here. Though I want to use the 12 hours time frame to check out if we have some imbalance around this place, it will be better. This one, you just keep it like that. Yeah, it's gonna remain like that. So guys, I think this is how far we can reach, and let's see what will happen. Give price time. We hit that area and drop well and good. If you're taken out, then we still have a good area up there to trade in. So everything's about risk management, and guys, I hope I'll see you around.